Unhook that owns all of the sensations and the manipulate it. Just being fully aware and fully present with the breath. The mind, when it wanders of an ocean, gently in and gently out. You don't have to make the ocean move. We're just being aware. And you'll notice as you breathe, especially on the inhalations, that there are some places where the breath seems to flow really smoothly and easily. And then there are some places where it doesn't, where it seems like it's stuck or contracted or blocked in some way. Just notice that. Don't judge it, don't condemn it, just notice it. And bring as much awareness as you can to those places where the breath seems like it's blocked, that it's not flowing. Form as wave. Now, this is all what you could think of as kind of esoteric philosophy. Like, it's interesting, we could use a lot of big words to talk about it. We could talk about what different philosophers said, what's written in different scriptures about the soul. But none of that actually helps us. The bottom line really for it all is, what does that mean to me? Like, when I get up every day, what do I need to know about my soul? How do I need to live my life differently? Because even though I know I'm soul, well, I still have to feed my body. I still have to bathe it. It still needs to sleep. It still gets aches and pains and illnesses and needs to have a roof over its head. And it has all kinds of biochemical reactions that we call desires or emotions or whatever else they may be, thoughts. So what does it mean to me? In terms of our life, what does the presence of soul mean to us? And what it really means is, don't get stuck. That knowledge should simply be that which helps us from getting stuck. We live our lives as human beings in these bodies with these particular roles that are assigned to us to play. But we don't get stuck. An example that Pujya Sadhviji gives is a jailer in the jail. So you've got prisoners in the jail. Those are the ones who are stuck. And then you've got the jailer. Well, the jailer's there because it's his or her job to be there. But they've got a key. They can come in and out whenever they want. They could quit their job if they wanted. They could take a day off. They're not stuck in jail. They're not locked. They're not prisoners. And this self-realization or God realization or Atma Darshan, awareness of my soul, really is that shift. It turns us from being prisoner to being jailer. Meaning we're still in the same place. We still have a human body. We still have to go grocery shopping and fill up our cars with gas. We still have to shampoo our hair. Like, we still have to do everything that we had to do beforehand. But we're free. We're not stuck. We don't identify as the body. We don't identify as the story. When there's losses, we're okay. Doesn't mean we don't care. It doesn't mean we're indifferent or apathetic. But we are okay. We don't lose ourselves because we know I was not actually that role. I'm just playing the role. It's the one that's been assigned to me, but it's not me. It's like if you're an actor or an actress in a TV show or a movie, and your house gets broken into and everything gets stolen, or someone you love dies, or you get given a terminal diagnosis. You play the part really well. But you don't need to go on antidepressants because of it. Because it hasn't actually impacted you on the deepest level, because you know I am just playing this role. While you're playing it, you're fully in it. If you're a good actor or actress. Fully in it. Absolutely engrossed, immersed in that. But you don't forget who you are. At no moment do you actually think in your deepest self that you really are that person who's just lost their job, lost their home, been given some awful news, been dumped by a boyfriend or a girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever. We know I'm just playing this role. There's always the actor self to go back to. And when we walk off stage, in between scenes, there's always a moment. Even if we stay in costume and we know we're due back on in 2 minutes, nonetheless, for 2 minutes backstage, we've got a moment of kind of, we have a glass of water, when we are in contact with the soul, connection with the soul, awareness of the soul, it's that experience. We're still playing our roles here. But the remembrance of the soul is like being off stage for a moment. It's that awareness, oh yeah. Every time you remember, it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just playing the role. Play it well. Play it sincerely. But don't get stuck. So the knowledge, the awareness, the wisdom, the darshan of the soul is that which keeps us from getting stuck. Life happens. But we realize it's not happening to me. It's happening through me. When we don't have that awareness, it feels like life is happening to me. I am a victim of it. When we realize I'm the eternal soul. Like an actor, think about an actor. They're not eternal, of course, but in the given lifespan of any good actor or actress, they play innumerable roles. Today this one, tomorrow another one, sometimes 2 or 3 simultaneously. Get off this set, rush to that set. On hiatus for this, so they're filming that. In the same way, we know we're playing so many roles in this body, different roles, different dharmic roles. But also we've had so many different bodies, so many different incarnations, that same soul coming back again and again and again. Different roles, different parts, different situations. So the best way to know the soul is to experience the soul, which is why we meditate. It's why we pray. It's why we do selfless service to purify that mind, to purify that heart, to remove that sense of illusion. It's why we introspect, why we contemplate, why we read scripture or inspiring commentaries on scripture, or why we, these days with access to videos, why we watch inspirational wisdom videos. It's just to keep reminding us, to keep purifying us, purifying our mind, taking us out of the role and back into who we really are. But all of the words that I throw at you are not of any use unless you actually take some time and, sit down and really dedicate some time to experience that. Experience the self. Questions? Any questions? Anyone here? Yeah. You've got 2 mics in the back. Choose one. Yeah. Yeah, anyone with questions? We've got these 2 mics. You can just come up to either one. Can you go cheek card then? I set card niki coffee ni jero cheek card then. He's just going to fix the mic for you so we can hear.
Is that better?
It is much better, thank you.
So we both read your book. Myself, I'm Sharon, and my friend Katrina, who really wanted to be here today, but she's back at the hotel ill. But she had a question.
Okay.
And so I would like to ask it.
Sure.
It's a quotation from your book. Can a person really empty and let go of themselves to step into the truth of who they are while they are still trying to figure out how to love themselves? Does this happen simultaneously?
First of all, I'm so sorry that she's not feeling well. If there's anything she needs, just let us know. Hot tea or khichdi or whatever. Can a person, I'm just going to clarify the question, can a person really let go of who they think they are while learning to love themselves at the same time? Right? Okay. Absolutely. They can go hand in hand, they can go sequential. I try not to be too prescriptive when it comes to the work we do internally, because it's all beneficial. For some of us, certain aspects come more easily than others, and the last thing that you want is us to start second-guessing ourselves and saying, oh, wait, I can't have that realization till I do this work. Wait, stop. Something's beautiful and it's blossoming over here, but if you've got in your mind that sequentially something else has to happen first, you're going to block that. So letting go of who we think we are, while also working on self-love, they seem contradictory. And the work can happen simultaneously, or it can happen one following the other, doesn't matter how it happens. The reason is the letting go of who I think I am is a letting go of all of the places where I am stuck. We don't let go of love. We don't let go of truth. We don't let go of consciousness. When we let go of who we think we are, it's letting go of a narrative, a story. If we went around the room, if we had hours and hours and hours for satsang, and we went around the room, or if this were a full day retreat or something, and we went around and each of you introduced yourself and shared about yourself, we would get lots of different levels of story. We'd get a physical body story, where you're from, how old you are, what your job is, like what you do, what your relationships are, husband, wife, parents, kids, whatever it may be. We'd get an emotional story, what you struggle with, what your challenges are, what your neuroses may be, what the way that your mind works that creates problems for you, maybe what you've learned, what you've overcome. These stories actually are what keep us stuck. These stories are the ways in which we tell ourselves, I am a patient of depression. I am suffering from this illness, that illness. I am an alcoholic. I am a drug addict. I am the child of an alcoholic. I'm the child of a drug addict. I am this. I am that. I am too old. I am too young. I am too fat. I am too skinny. I am too afraid. I am too reckless. I am... All of these are stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. And they keep us stuck. It's like we have adopted, going back to the analogy I was using before, we've adopted a role that a script writer wrote, and we're limited to all of the aspects that have been written into this role by the script writer. Here's what your history is. Here's how you feel about your mother or father. Here's what your fears are. Here's what your ulterior motive is. And we're stuck in that role. So letting go of who you think you are is not self-deprecation or self-abandonment. It's the opposite. It's self-expansion. It's, I thought I was this, and then I realized I am that. It's a letting go of all the ways that you were held back, defined by your physical situation, your physical history, your emotional situation, your biochemical situation, your relational situation. So we let go of that. Not that we deny it or repress it, but we let go of it as in, it isn't me, I am soul. So we don't deny any of it. We just stop identifying as it. We start to work on identifying as soul, as spirit, as consciousness, as love, as divinity, as that which is unchanging in a physical form that is constantly changing, and whose situations and circumstances and experiences are constantly changing. Self-love is actually a beautiful part of that process. Because when I love myself, well, I want myself to be free. I want to give myself the greatest possibility of truth and freedom, which means I'm going to try to get myself out of jail. Loving the self does not mean loving the story. Loving the self is not, oh, you are so wonderful in this story. We certainly learn to have deep compassion for that which we've been through. We have tenderness for that which we've been through. We hold it gently with love, with care, with compassion for the experiences we've had, the way we've suffered, the struggles, the challenges, all of that. But real self-love is not about continuing to, pat yourself on the face while you keep yourself in jail. It's not, oh yeah, let me sing you a lullaby and put you back to sleep in this cot in jail again. Real self-love is, let's figure out how to get you out of this place. Yeah, compassion, tenderness for what it's been like to be inside. I recognize you may not be as strong as you'd like to be. I recognize you've been through a lot. You've been in jail. Not easy. Not fun. But rather than letting me just give you a lap in which to cry while I join you in jail, self-love is, let's get you out of this place. Let's figure out how to get you out of this place. So real self-love is about expansion. I love myself to the point of having courage to live the life I am meant to live, to express the truth of who I really am. Which has nothing to do, by the way, with how much I achieve and attain and earn. And, it's not, I'm going to self-love myself to being president of the country or CEO of a company. It's not about that. It's I'm going to self-love myself until I realize that I am not a victim of my circumstances, that I am not less than anything. That I'm going to recognize that fullness, that wholeness, that completeness, that expansiveness of self. So they actually go beautifully together. Of course, and you can do them as two completely separate practices, either way. Other questions? Yeah.
Namaste.
Stay.
Yeah, my name is Vimal. So as we know, we live very long, right? We don't know how much, because start from zero, the dot, to the nirvana. And for this, we have to take a lot of birth, that's called multiple incarnation we have to take, right? So my question is, those who actually live multiple lives after multiple incarnation, right? After we evolve, become a human being mostly, that I heard about, these are the being that evolve after having multiple incarnation, right?
What is the term you used for that being?
Human, we.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we as humans,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Because
okay?
we took a lot of birth in different bodies, right? But after
To become human,
yeah,
okay?
to become human, right? And even though after human also take a lot of birth to be aware that he
Yes.
can go in the journey of nirvana or
Yes.
moksha and something like this, right? But after we evolve so much, I don't know why these persons who evolve so much, they are fighting for, I believe, or going toward the journey of nirvana, because they know after this, after nirvana happen, it become oneness with the universe, right? Again, they will go to the dot. Again, the same journey gonna start.
Okay.
This is my thought process. This is what I heard about, right? So my question is, why we are
Why
after
bother?
we evolve so much, so why we are fighting for the nirvana again?
Okay,
Because we have evolved, right?
beautiful. So, first of all, nirvana or moksha or liberation or heaven or whatever our particular religious or spiritual tradition may call that state of oneness with God. First of all, it's not something to fight for. I don't think you could get it through fighting. Because in fighting, there's always at least two. If I'm fighting someone or something. Minimum at least one thing. Maybe I'm fighting a whole gang. But bare minimum, I'm fighting one person or one thing. And moksha or nirvana is the dissolving of the separate self. So wherever there is still fighting or striving or yearning, there can't possibly be that state. Because if I'm fighting against or I'm yearning for or I'm striving for or craving for, well, there's still something that's separate. It is a renunciation of separateness. It's an awareness of fullness. But going back to your specific question of, well, if after we attain that, we just end up having to start all over again, that isn't actually true. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about the ocean metaphor. When you actually attain that state of moksha or nirvana, you're essentially done, meaning that Jiva Atma no longer needs to incarnate. That cycle of birth and death is over. You don't start all over again. We keep taking new births, as you said, to evolve. We evolve on many, many levels, but the ultimate evolution, the whole point of it is to get to the place where we become free from our karmic bank account. And according to Bhagavan Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, the only way to do that is to surrender everything to him. That's what he teaches us in the Gita. You do action, any action, good action, bad action, right action, wrong action. Well, you're going to get the fruits of that karma. The only difference is they're going to be sweet or bitter. But you're getting them anyway. And whatever fruits you get, you've got to reincarnate again to go through them. And you can't not act. So it seems like we're stuck, this catch-22. We can't not act. And every action is going to bring fruit, meaning we're stuck in this cycle of birth and death. And he says, no. The way to be free is you act like that instrument of the divine. When we speak about nimitta matram, that instrument in the divine's hands, that you recognize God is the doer. We are just the ones through whom doing is happening. And we offer everything. It's where he reminds us and teaches us, Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yajjahoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Means everything. Offer it all to me. Every single thing. Offer it to me. Whatever you do, even your sadhana, your tapas, your yagna, even these things that you're doing for your spiritual growth, even offer them to me also. Offer it all to me. Just you are an instrument. I am the doer. Now, it's important, though, to recognize that when understood wisely, does not make us complacent. I've had a lot of people say, well, okay, so I'm not the doer, God is the doer, Krishna is the doer, therefore it's not my fault that I robbed the store, robbed the bank, cheated on my wife, did this, did that, because hey, I'm not the doer anyway. It's not an excuse for complacency, it's not an excuse for recklessness or dishonest action. It's a way of living every minute and every moment, which is in surrender. It's just a matter of, oh God, use me. Use me, whatever it is. Just use me. However you want to flow through me, flow through me. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a channel. It's let thy will be done rather than my will be done. And when we do that, really fully offer ourselves up completely. Okay, God, you know what's best. I think I know, but really I don't have any idea. That's when we have that potential, that possibility to attain that state. When we let go of doership, when we let go of any of the energy that propels us to do for ourselves in any way, that's when we get close. When we let go of the idea that I am this individual self, when we stop identifying as that, and we start identifying as ocean, as divinity, it's just God flowing through us. That's when we reach that state. And when you're still in your body, it's what we call Jivan Mukti, free while living. And then when you leave the body, that Jiv Atma no longer needs to come back again in new bodies. So no, you don't start all over at the beginning. We are then just in that ultimate oneness. So that's the whole point of the evolution. But here's another last point, which is, I understand the question because it makes you wonder, well then, why bother meditating? Why bother praying? Why bother doing seva? Why bother doing japa? Why not just go out and eat pizza and see movies and have fun? And, why bother doing anything else? If this whole thing is just either going to start all over again or it's this kind of endless cycle. Whether you actually believe in the cycle of birth and death and reincarnation and all of this or not, living that spiritual life actually is what gives you nirvana, heaven, moksha, in this life. Forget next life. Forget not having to take another life. In this very life. It's actually what gives you the very closest that in a human body with a human brain and mind and ego we can actually have to heaven on earth. Because when we're fully surrendered, when we're fully focused on just being instruments of the divine in whatever capacity, then life actually becomes heaven. Because that's when we start really asking what through me rather than what for me. And we start recognizing that each of us has our own individual role to play, and no two roles are the same, and none is better, none is worse, none is bigger, none is smaller. In our eyes they are, but not in God's eyes, not in the eyes of the universe. So it actually makes our life heaven. So that which happens after death, don't worry. Whatever's meant to happen is going to happen. Work on living in nirvana now, here in the body. And whether at some point you ever start over again as an amoeba, well, whatever happens will happen. At least this life will be nirvana for you. Beautiful. So we have a very special and beloved tradition in satsang, which is when we celebrate birthdays. We celebrate birthdays by having our whole satsang family celebrate together. We sing happy birthday first in English, but then, because we have so many people here every night from all over the world, we get to sing happy birthday in all of the different languages of all of the different people who are here. So should you speak a language other than English, get ready for your singing debut, because we will be needing your beautiful, lovely voice to sing happy birthday. Today is our beloved Shivani's birthday. Come up, yay. And then of course we have cake. We have cake for everybody after satsang. So this is beloved Shivani, and today is her birthday. And so we're gonna sing for her first in English, and then we're going to sing for her in all of the different languages that we have. So, in English, all of us together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shivani. Happy birthday to you. Now, raise your hand raise your hand with whatever language you may speak other than English. Yes. Get yourself to a mic. That's all right. Okay, tell us what language it is first. Russia. Start with Russian. Great. And another language. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
Can I go?
Yes, come. Italian, wonderful. Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. Giovanni and Shivani. I love that.
going to do Dutch.
Dutch.
Yeah. Lang zal je leven, lang zal je leven, lang zal je leven in de gloria, in de gloria, in de gloria. Hippity pip, hurrah!
Great. Yes.
I'm from Mumbai, but I'm going to Miss Shivani in Mandarin Chinese.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
I'm not fluent in Chinese,
That's okay.
but I know how to wish.
Nobody will know. Don't tell us. Other languages. Yes? Hebrew. Beautiful.
Here's some Greek for you.
I'm sorry?
Greek.
Greek. Wonderful.
Να ζήσεις νιρβάνη και χρόνια πολλά, μεγάλη να γίνεις με άσπρα μαλλιά, παντού να σκορπίζεις της γνώσης το φως και όλοι να λένε να μία σοφός. Would you like Swedish also?
Sure.
Ja må hon leva, ja må hon leva, ja må hon leva tills hon blir 100 år. Ja visst må hon leva, ja visst må hon leva, ja visst må hon leva tills hon blir 100 år. Hurra, hurra, hurra!
Beautiful. Other languages. Lovely. Okay. It's a solo. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hallo, Shivani here from Germany. Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag, liebe Shivani, zum Geburtstag viel Glück.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Hello.
Other languages.
Hello, we're from Mexico, in Spanish.
Spanish. Wonderful.
Feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños, querida Shivani, feliz cumpleaños a ti.
Anyone want to join Hindi? Hindi. Anyone Hindi?
Half of you can go to that mic. You know, we've got 2 mics. See if they can harmonize.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday
And we have Sanskrit, of course, our beautiful Rishikumars chanting in Sanskrit. Mangalam Janmadinam Tava Mangalam Janmadinam Tava.
I'll do in American Sign Language. I'll sing as well. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shiva. Me. Happy birthday to you.
That was the very first time in all of our years that we've ever had it sung in sign language. Thank you. Any other languages? Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening, everyone. I look so forward to being again together with you tomorrow. And so much love to you all.